Hello, this is game 3 from my second match of the Dominion League. On the board there seems to be two things you can do here. You can go for lost cities and discard tunnels to get a bunch of goals. You can discard tunnels either through minion or through horse traders. I think horse traders is preferred if you're going that way. The alternative, I think, is to play with a stack of minions, usually very strong, and you can get messengers and horse traders and play like that. City is there as well, but I'm not really sure how to activate City on this board. For trashing, for the start of the game, you have Plan and you have the Mercenary on board, and usually Mercenary is a big deal when it's there. And I can't really see why you would buy Plan when there's Mercenary on board. So I'm going to go for the Mercenary to trash at first here. I'm considering on 4 to open with Messenger, giving us both urchins, but if my opponent has 3-4, it means that they're going to reshuffle with 3 urchins while I only shuffle with 2 urchins. The plus buy is going to be important, yes, and being able to discard your deck is useful occasionally, but I don't want to give my opponent 3 urchins when I only have 2. 3 urchins is basically guaranteed to get Mercenary on the first shuffle, whereas I will only have a 50-50 chance. However, my opponent does not have 3-4, they have 2-5, as I find out here. So me picking up 2 urchins, I feel like I'm ahead already just from that opening hand. On 5, my opponent is going to pick up a minion, which I think is the right call here. And on 5, even though I want to pursue the Lost City plan, I'm going to pick up a minion here for several reasons. 1, it's 2 coin, I can get to Lost Cities that way. 2, it can cycle me to my urchins and mercenaries more quickly. And 3, it's an attack, meaning if I play my urchin, then my minion, I have the chance to trash my urchin into a mercenary. So even though I was not able to pick up a third urchin here, I have the minion at least. In the meantime, my opponent has picked up an urchin and a couple of minions. Play my urchin here, it's lonely, so no mercenary for me yet. On 4 here, I pick up a horse traders. I want it for the plus buy. I want it so that it can discard tunnels. It completely defends against urchin and minion, if you want to be defended against minion, that is. So I expect horse traders to really shine here, show off all of its qualities. And here, you see the minion coming into play, allowing my urchin to be trashed and gaining me a mercenary. So I'm quite happy for that. And on 5 here, now I have the choice between minion and Lost City. Really, I realize my opponent is probably going for a minion stack, but I'm going to stick to my plan here and go for the Lost City, especially now with the mercenary in my deck. I want to see that card as often as possible and as soon as possible. So the Lost City will do that. Also, with all these discard attacks flying around, buying Lost City is a lot better. I played Urchin on that turn and then bought a Lost City, so my opponent didn't have a 6 card hand, just the regular 5 card hand. Here the horse traders triggers on the Urchin here, so I'm completely defended from the minion, which is quite good. I'm able to trash a couple of states here, hopefully getting to 5, and do get to 5. So going to buy another Lost City here. Very easy decision at this point. I'm looking in very good shape, even though my opponent is not far behind. They've managed to pick up a mercenary, has a couple minions as well. Here comes my opponent's mercenary, so it knocks me down to 3 cards here. And they come up with 5, probably gonna buy another minion. Yep, see the minion come out there. So we're doing slightly different things here. I only have 3 at this point. Now I can get the tunnel here because I have the horse traders already. I can get a workshop is what I was really thinking about. But I didn't think I was ready for the workshop yet. I wanted to be a little bit more thinner before picking up the workshop. Workshop can get me tunnels, it can get me great halls. So this was my idea with the workshop. I can get the tunnel whenever I like, whenever I'm ready for it. And in the meantime, picking up urchins ain't bad. A second mercenary wouldn't be bad either. So here my opponent cycles a bit with the minions and gets a trash off with the mercenary, picking up a Lost City now. So they have one of the Lost Cities. Because if you're going for a minion stack, you need some source of plus actions to play horse traders and messenger presumably. So here this is quite a good turn for me. I get the two lost cities down. These urchins collide and I do exchange one of them for another mercenary. Not a bad card to have at all. I'm going to keep one urchin though, because that is what people usually do, keep an urchin around just to have that discard attack. Because sometimes you don't have enough things for your mercenary to trash, so at least you can get them down to 4 cards with the urchin. So here I can discard with this minion, but I really don't want to, especially because I'm so close to the end of my deck here. I'm just going to play it for money and then discard 2 cards with this horse traders here. And that'll get me up to 8, which is an excellent number because now I can get the workshop. Now I feel like I'm thin enough to buy the workshop and I can get a lost city with it. So I'm looking in very good shape here, very good shape. This horse traders triggers off the mercenary and will restore my hand size quite nicely. Getting rid of the copper there is an easy decision. My opponent trashes again with mercenary. And with 6, they have no source of plus buy. And I think this is what they're thinking about at this point and eventually decide to buy a horse traders here. Horse traders is just way better than messenger for the plus buy at this point because of what we spoke about earlier. It triggers, it can discard tunnels, triggers off attacks is what I mean. So here I play this urchin, looking for some card draw, find the card draw, and I'm going to trash a second time with this mercenary. So I think I only have one more trash left with the mercenary. And here, play my minion for coins here. There's no point in playing it to discard. I can workshop the tunnel now. So next turn I'll be discarding tunnels, gaining gold, sorry. And I have 9 and 2 buys here, which is, I considered messenger again here just to give my opponent, I don't know what, maybe a tunnel or something. But instead I pick up the lost city and another horse trader. This plus buy is really what I wanted for at this point. So here my opponent attacks me with minion, which triggers my tunnel. So I don't even have to discard it, and it gains me a gold, but it puts me into this awful hand here with 2 mercenaries, a workshop and a horse traders. There my opponent picks up a minion, and here this is just a terrible hand. There's nothing I can do about it except attack my opponent, and on 3 I just pick up a great hall because there's nothing really else that I want to pick up. Here I get this horse traders to defend me against minion. My opponent also bought a plan, putting it on the minion pile. I'm not sure why. They have mercenary in their deck and will probably trash whatever it is they want to trash, but maybe there's like remnant coppers like this one here floating around. So my opponent picks up a minion and a city. The city will soon get good because I'm really hitting these lost cities very hard. So here I get rid of the urchin at this point. The reason for getting rid of the urchin is because I don't want it to trigger my opponent's horse traders. So really I only have one attack that will trigger their horse traders, which is my minion. Here I'm able to discard a tunnel to get a gold with the horse traders and play my great hall here, and I can discard again here the workshop and the tunnel this time to get another gold. However, I won't be able to draw this gold up. So with all this gold gaining, I really need to get some draw in my deck. So I'm going to get the last 3 lost cities here. Oh, correction, there's still 2 left in the pile, nowhere near the end of the pile. There's a horse traders in hand, so that's good. It means the minion won't attack me and put me into a hand like that terrible hand with 2 mercenaries and a workshop and a horse traders. So my opponent here is coming along. They have 12 with 2 buys, picking up another horse traders for the buys here and getting another minion. So the turns at this point for me are very straightforward. You just play your lost cities until the end of the deck, then discard tunnel with something else. In this case, it's mercenary to get gold, and then draw back the gold and buy things. That is really all that is going on this end of the table here. With this workshop, I can pick up something like a Great Hall. I opt for a second tunnel. That may be a bit greedy, but I don't have to take the gold if I don't want to, from discarding the tunnels, that is. So here I can discard 2 tunnels, and really if I want I can attack with mercenary, trashing golds, but I don't really want to do that. Here my opponent has 2 horse traders, which comes out of my minion play, so that is good for them. I have 20 and 3 buys here. I consider picking up another horse traders for a 4th buy, but I think I decide against that because my workshop can pick that up. So I pick up the last 2 lost cities and a city, which effectively acts as a lost city now. So there's probably a joke in there somewhere with city and lost cities. I'll leave it to you to find it. So this happens again. Minion attacks me and puts me into a atrocious hand, terrible hand. I see these hands in the game and I feel like whatever lead that I have is has completely evaporated. Luckily the horse traders saves the day and draws me a lost city, and I have the mercenary here. Worst case scenario, I will trash a pair of golds to draw cards. So here I've run out of lost cities and I trash the Great Hall and a horse traders to get more draw, which is not exactly what I wanted to do, but I had to do it, I believe, to get draw. I regain the horse traders because I really need that 3rd buy. I regain the horse traders with the workshop, gain a couple goals with the tunnel here, and I draw the goals that I gained, which means that there are 2 tunnels on top of my deck, which isn't great, but they're there now. And then I opt not to play this minion because I don't want to trigger my opponent's horse traders. And I just discard it and a goal with the horse traders head solely for the buy, honestly, because I know it's less money that way, but I need the buy to pick up 3 provinces. I know my opponent cannot get 3 provinces, so that's a fairly safe play for me, and I'm sizing up to win on my next turn here. Here horse traders saves me. I have 2 lost cities, which I feel is a decent enough start. My opponent picks up a province and a duchy on their turn there. They really have to do that. They can't be too worried about me. Like if I triple province, I win, right? So here I find a bunch of lost cities and I feel like the game is in the bag at this point. I have my mercenary, I have the minion to discard if need be, get rid of a couple tunnels for gold, sorry. And now a couple provinces with the 2nd horse traders, workshop a tunnel, and close out the game with the last 2 provinces. So that was game 3. First win for me. Thanks for watching. Comments, questions, and feedback are always welcome. So thank you for watching again, and see you in the next game.